After the river trip up the river Rio Paraná to Rosario with broken anchor capstan, as described in Report 31, a stopover in Buenos Aires for repair was due. Here is the subsequent Report 32. Finally, Gauchos, Assado und Carnival in Buenos Aires. Anyway, as everything was supposed to go very quickly in Rosario, the hatches were full almost from the moment the trucks of the silos were swept clean. With so little time available, the cradle of tango would, as it was being rumoured, not been explored by me and many others. How could someone find ways in 1, 2 or 3 hours to hip swinging? The pocket money fed from the monthly salary of 50 Deutsche Mark was also too short. Beyond that, the fate of the broken windlass determined our next plans, which fell out as desired. Repair in Buenos Aires. In addition, it could take 2 weeks. This was very welcoming. Day before yesterday evening, after just 2 days, the hatches were closed and we started our journey with our engine to Buenos Aires shortly after midnight. Because we could cast the anchor but could not haul it up, a truck accompanied us. The river pushed us so hard that we could moor with a big hello from land and from us along a quay wall after only 18 hours of steaming. We have already been here for 12 days now. Today I find time to write, as I was denied permission to go ashore after lunch every second day because on an almost invisible spot on the shirt. Until now, these short excursions were beautiful, and once there was even a trip of almost 32 hours to the Pampa, far outside the city limits. This was last Tuesday, around 2 p.m., in the suburbs of Lujan, several kilometers away from the birth of the Pamir. 4 trainees and 4 gauchos were sitting on 8 horses and went riding to the ranch El Boanova, where we were invited. Initially, I almost fell off the horse 2 times, and then I succeeded well the next 3 hours of riding on a soft green grass. There were thousands of happy cows grazing around us. We would probably be confronted with one of those meathead steak and made tea were probably what the Argents do best. That was my impression after a few days. Thanks to the horses, none of us took damage except for our rear ends. How well that on this particular day the weather was good to us. Moreover, to be able to speak with the host in front of a whole cow on the grill about the extents of the pampas and the seas, and to sit with his large family and 24 gauchos by the fireside was full of atmosphere. In the evening we ate the most delicious meat and drank mate tea from dried grounds by sucking on a metal straw with a filter below it. You could feel its caffeine, but it did not prevent my total fatigue well before midnight. The Gauchos went to sleep early as well, and thanking to our host, we left early the next morning in rain, cats and dogs. The ponchos that had been given to us by the Gauchos generously somewhat protected us. Except for this screwed up afternoon, I was already ashore 5 times. once for a 3-hour trip to visit the new sailing ship of the Navy at the shipyard east of Buenos Aires, which partially enlightened with my mood. At comparable size as compared to the Pamir, there would be around 250 people on board. We went there along 85 men. The other times ashore I spent with Ulf and the daughters of the family winter, sometimes together with their parents. Highlight was a visit to the Club Rosario in the Delta del Tigre with a large swimming pool. First water handball was suggested. Then grilled meat and delicious assado once again. Sometimes we had a picnic in the park, and if you cannot enjoy Carnival in Rio, then you must celebrate Carnival in Buenos Aires as it happened on Saturday. Even if I did not come up to the right momentum, should one have paid attention to observe tango in Rosario? This day is very annoying. The day after tomorrow is probably the last shore leave. Then it's time to say goodbye to beautiful days and the everlasting tango ribbon in the air. So stay tuned to hear and to see.